A Starfield mobile game or companion app. Is it a good idea? Can we expect one? And will it be shown off? If so, during the June 12th Xbox Bethesda showcase, which I will be streaming, by the way. I hope to see many of your beautiful faces there. It'll be a lot of fun. Smaller community means I get to actually interact with all of your comments and chat messages. So, June 12th. But the idea of a Starfield mobile game or companion app is something that we've been discussing for a long time. Not necessarily here on this channel, but just in the Bethesda ecosystem, where we've been looking forward to, or anticipating rather, the possibility that will happen, especially when we've looked at some job listings that other studios are working on, some of those smaller development teams that Bethesda has acquired over the years, where they're dedicated to mobile experiences, which is fine, but it does come with a couple of caveats and problems that we might run into. First off is the actual reveal. If it were to be revealed, it's going to be at this showcase. It would be very foolish of them to try to find a limelight somewhere else when everybody's looking at Starfield, everybody's reacting to Starfield. It's the only time that it would really make sense to announce any kind of companion feature to the game, but it's also the most dangerous, because while a lot of us will be ecstatic and excited and really just celebrating finally getting to see, after over 4 years of speculation, what Starfield is, ending it or even just shoving a companion app somewhere in the middle could leave a bit of a sour taste in people's mouths, especially because there is, and rightfully so, a bit of a stigma around around mobile games, not Bethesda, around mobile games specifically. In the past, Bethesda's mobile releases have been generally fair. You look at Fallout Shelter, which released the day of the conference, and we'll talk about why that's a really bad idea for Starfield in just a little while. You have something like Elder Scrolls Legends, which unfortunately isn't supported anymore, but was pretty fair with specifically the way microtransactions worked in that game. And then Blades. Blades steps onto the scene. It seems like Bethesda got a bit too big for their britches, a bit too confident, tried to push things a little too far. And unfortunately, that is the most recent experience we have with Bethesda and mobile games. Was Blades good? Well, I'll leave that up to you. It's not my cup of tea. Then again, most mobile games, in fact, almost all mobile games aren't my cup of tea. But when you have an otherwise stellar reveal of Starfield, and then you mire it, you mark it up with, hey, by the way, check out this mobile game of Starfield that we're also releasing, not the best way to show off a brand new IP, especially to keep in mind, Bethesda does need to earn a bit of credibility back from certain fans over the release of Fallout 76. I know it might seem weird to say at this point, but yeah, fans are still angry about the game and they feel betrayed by Bethesda. So to try to tie in and shoehorn in a mobile experience that may or may not be filled with mobile microtransactions isn't a good look for Starfield. But beyond that, what about that day one release? Fallout Shelter did it, and it was a great surprise. Starfield, if it does have some kind of mobile game aspect to it, releasing it before the actual Starfield is just a bad idea. That's going to be our first impression, our first look into the universe of Starfield, and I don't know if Bethesda should ever want it to be through the lens of a mobile game, even if their AAA official console and PC release looks stellar. That's just a bad way to introduce you to a brand new world. So will we see if there is some kind of companion app to Starfield, whether it's a game or just a augmented experience through your phone that enhances the actual game itself? The only thing that I could see Bethesda doing in advance would be a companion app where it works as sort of an index or a glossary for the world of Starfield. Some kind of almost data pad-like experience where we can take a look at the factions, read about some of the lore and the planets and the areas we can explore. At this point, keep in mind, it's going to be post-Starfield reveal. What would certainly be a cool experience is, one, later on, this mobile companion app is able to be used for the actual game in a similar sense, a gimmicky sense, all things considered, but a similar way that the Fallout app was, where you can control and open up your Pip-Boy through your phone, especially if you had the collector's edition strapped to your wrist. But Bethesda comes out and they release all this information about the game. The floodgates are finally open. The speculation can be quelled because we know exactly what Starfield is. We've gotten that 30-minute gameplay demo that all of us are craving, and now you also say, by the way, if you're excited for Starfield, hear me out, you can now download the official companion app, which includes logs of some of the things you can look forward to exploring when the game releases on November 11th. Now that would be a cool way to drop the microphone. A companion app of this nature would allow us to familiarize ourselves with the lore of the game, with the factions in the game. We'd be able to kind of determine what type of character we might want to play before it even gets released, and we'll have insight into a lot of things where it won't be as difficult, it won't be as hard to pick up, to immerse ourselves in this world, because we'll have a phone experience that allows us to dive a little bit into it before the release, and that would be a great thing. Hell, I could even see some kind of character creator system where you can actually preemptively make some of the characters you might want to play, whether it's through the level up system, which will likely be fully detailed during the reveal event. If it wasn't, I'd be entirely surprised. But to reveal that full level up system, be able to create and draft characters, hell, if they really wanted to push the boundary, make the full character creator, and then you get, for example, Mass Effect does such a thing where you can get character codes, copy that code, and then stick it in the game to recreate that character. If we could model and design our Starfield characters before the game releases, save some of those codes, share them across the internet, and then be able to play them when the game comes out, that's an awesome experience, and it has no possible, at least that I can see, negative feedback to what Bethesda would do, in the same way that a mobile game could be interpreted. In other words, the best way to improve a mobile, or the best way to present a mobile app for Starfield, is something that augments the experience and doesn't monetize the experience. Can you hear it? I can hear it in Todd Howard's voice. By the way, you can create your own character and save them for the release of Starfield, and you could do that right now in the Starfield companion app. These are just my thoughts, though. I don't need to milk this video for any more time. I'm not trying to stretch this out as long as possible. So, thank you, guys. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Do you want a Starfield mobile game or spin-off game? Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you all during the stream and in the next video. So long, everybody.